What up, what up, what up, Kryptonian Gaming back in the building with another Division 2 build video. Now let me ask you something. What happens when you equip two weapons from the same class and combine them with a very specific exotic that wasn't even meant to be part of the meta? That's what I did, and the result, let's just say this build plays like it's been intentionally overlooked. But once it clicks, you'll never go back. Here's the setup. I'm running two pieces of the same weapon class, built for synergy, paired with a special exotic piece that stacks buffs in a way that feels broken without being broken. It's one of those setups that rewards smart play, quick reflexes, and a tactical mindset. The kind of build that makes you feel like you're outplaying the game itself. I've got the gameplay locked in, the full build breakdown ready to go, and trust me, you're going to want to see how this one comes together. But before we dive in, like the video, share it with your squad, subscribe to the channel, and smash that notification bell so you'll never miss when I drop these heat builds. Let's get into it. Alright, let's hop into the weapons. First up, I'm rocking the Level C, and let me tell you, this thing is beast. I don't have the Lexington because I missed the login, but from what I seen, that gun is nasty and I want it so bad. I hope they add it to the general loot. Now the talent on the Level C rifle is what really sets it off. It's one of the new talents that dropped with the Battle for Brooklyn DLC, and it's called Streamline. Here's what it does. Increases your weapon damage by 42% as long as no skills are on cooldown. That's right, 42% extra damage for managing your skill usage. It rewards smart timing and clean rotations. If you're the type of player who's constantly cycling skills and knows when to hold back, this talent gives you massive uptime on pure damage output. Pair that with the right modifiers and gear synergy, you're shredding everything in sight. Alright, for my secondary, I'm running the one and only, the exotic Merciless rifle. Now I already know what some of y'all are thinking. You're rocking two rifles, isn't that a waste of ammo? But trust me, this build is designed for it. And once you see how it all comes together, you'll get why it hits so hard. The Merciless is a unique weapon, and it's all thanks to the exotic talent, Binary Trigger. Here's how it works. This rifle fires on both the pull and release of the trigger. If both bullets hit the same target, you gain a stack at 7 stacks. The next shot deals 500% amplified damage and triggers a 7-meter explosion, dealing another 500% weapon damage, consuming the stacks. So yeah, it's a little technical, but in the right hands, it's pure devastation. When paired with the Level C and the Streamline talent, you're bouncing between raw precision damage and explosive burst potential. It turns the battlefield into a playground of destruction. This isn't just running two rifles, it's running two purpose-built weapons that feed into the same damage loop. Now let's get into the gear, starting off with the mask. I'm rocking one piece of Grupo Sombra, and that alone gives me that good old 13% critical hit damage. That extra crit hit damage stacks beautifully with your weapon talents, your exotic synergy, and it helps those burst windows even hit harder. Whether you're melting enemies with the Level C or detonating groups with the Merciless, simple, clean, and effective. This is one of those core brand bonuses you just can't skip when you're chasing max DPS. Alright, first off, let me just say this. I know you guys are looking at the build like, damn, this build looks crazy, it looks suspect. You know, the build hits hard. I know, it's unorthodox. I'm not gonna lie. You know, the brand set with the holster, you know, it kind of don't go, but it actually does. You just gotta play with the modifiers and the play style. It's like a mechanical kind of build. But it plays pretty well, and I'm a creator, so I do this for you guys' input. So go play with it, try it out, and let me know in the comment section of this video if you like the build, if it's corny, if it's whatever you want to, you know, but just let me know. So the brand set I'm rocking is called Breaking Point, and this thing is made specifically for rifle and marksman builds like this one. When you rock two pieces, you get 25% rifle damage and 25% marksman damage. 3 pieces, you get 30% headshot damage and 15% weapon handling. 4 pieces unlocks the gear set unique talent on point. Every shot you hit with a rifle or MMR grants a stack. Max stacks equals your weapon's magazine size. When you reload, those stacks convert into a buff. Plus 2% weapon handling and plus 4% weapon damage per stack, lasting 10 seconds. So let's say you got a 30 round in your mag, that's 60% weapon damage and 30% handling just off one reload. That's huge. A few key things to remember. You can't build stacks while the bonus is active. When the timer ends, your mag auto refills. If you switch weapons while the buff is active, you keep the buff and refill your mag. If you switch weapons before activating the buff, your stacks are gone and your mag refills but no bonuses. This talent rewards smart reload timing, aggressive play, and precision shooting. And in a build like this, it fits perfectly. It's one of the most underrated synergies in the game right now, especially if you're chaining it with high burst weapons like the Merciless and the VOC. All right, let's jump into the talents real quick. And this is where things go from powerful to straight up broken if you know how to use it right. Instead of getting 4% weapon damage per stack, Point of Honor takes it up to 7% weapon damage per stack. That means if your mag holds 30 rounds, you're looking at a potential 210% weapon damage when fully stacked. That's no exaggeration. It's raw amplified damage, and it turns your reload into a straight up power surge. The chest talent, Point of No Return. The talent extends the on-point buff duration from 10 seconds to 15 seconds. That's an extra 5 seconds to roam wild with max bonuses. Whether you're clearing ads, laying into elites, or melting bosses, that extra window is game-changing. It gives you more uptime on damage, more flexibility between reloads, and more room to keep those stacks doing work. Now let's talk about the holster I'm rocking, the Exotic Centurion's holster. And this piece right here is low-key one of the craziest parts of the whole build. The talent on it is called Counter, and it's built around weapon swapping. Yeah, that's right. Just switching weapons become a full-blown strategy. Here's how it works. Every time you swap weapons, you cycle through 2 bonus groups, one at a time. First swap, you get 20% rate of fire and 20% weapon damage. Second swap, you get 50% magazine size and 50% reload speed. Each bonus stays active for 12 seconds until your next swap. Swap it to your sidearm won't trigger the next group. So basically, if you time your swaps right, you can roll into a fight with faster firing, more damage, bigger mags, and faster reloads, or just from switching back and forth between your rifles. Now here's where it gets crazy. When you combine that second weapon swap bonus 50% mag size with the Ranset's on-point talent, you're building insane stacks that convert into massive weapon damage on reload. And with Point of Honor on the backpack, that damage per stack is boosted even higher. It's wild, it's creative, and honestly, it's just fun to play with. This build rewards fast thinking, smart timing, and knowing how to rotate through your kit for maximum impact. It may be a little different, but that's what makes it dangerous. Now let's wrap it up with the skills. I'm rocking the Fortified Smart Cover, one of the new tools added in the Battle for Brooklyn DLC, and it grants bonus armor, resistances, and immunity to stagger effects. And then I'm also rocking the Striker Drone, just, for the aggro. And of course, we can't forget the modifiers. These are the final pieces that really push the build over the edge. The active, I'm using Technic. My passives, I'm using Loaded Up, Tech Upgrades, and Hands On. These modifiers complement every corner of the build, from weapon damage and reload stacking to skill, uptime, and sustain. Make sure you're always pressuring enemies with 0 downtime. And that's gonna wrap things up for the build. If you enjoyed it, like the video, share it with your squad, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to smash that bell icon so you're notified every time I drop another fire build. Appreciate all the love and support from the community. It means a lot to me. I'm Kryptonian Gaming. I'll see you legends in the next one. Stay sharp, stay dangerous. Peace.